Bran Stark has been a kind and joyful character, but ever since he became the three-eyed raven, he started becoming a serious kind of guy. And when Night King touched him, he changed altogether. He felt emotionless. He stopped smiling. And now many are convinced that he has become evil. It's a theory that began on Reddit and has made the usual rounds on a number of publications. And the idea is basically that Bran Stark became evil when he was touched by the Night King. That's why he's been essentially useless during the events of seasons 7 and 8. That's also why, according to one fan, Daenerys went mad and burned the shit out of King's Landing. As this theory goes, Bran actually warged into Drogon and burned King's Landing while Daenerys helplessly sat on his back? Bran's behavior around the Night King's death was, and it's not understandable. We never found out what he was doing when he warged into those ravens, and I think he was actually trying to lure the Night King right to him so they could have a moment alone to be evil and sinister together. Just saying, the look on Bran's face when Arya killed the Night King? Not thrilled. And then there is a tweet from Night King actor Vladimir Furtick. He write, how did the Night King change Craster's babies? By touching them. How did he change Viserion? By touching it. What did Bloodraven say to Bran Stark in the cave? He touched you. According to some Redditors, Bran may have warged into Drogon, and personally decided to burn King's Landing to the ground. The theory states, when the bells rang and we see the last close-up of Dany, I thought the expression looked like a mixture of relief and frustration. Like she was thinking that the war was over, but Cersei rang the bells to save her own neck. Dany was going to fly to the Red Keep to deal with Cersei for the still-fresh Missandei death. She wouldn't need to fly anywhere to start torching random people and buildings. It's only after we see the identical scene of Bran's vision from an earlier season of Drogon's shadow flying over King's Landing that Drogon changes directions and starts lighting everyone up. Interestingly, we don't see another close-up of Dany's face after that moment, meaning for all we know, she was confused about why Drogon changed course and started burning down King's Landing. In other words, maybe Dany isn't the Mad Queen after all. Maybe Bran is just evil. A fan on Twitter wrote that convinced Bran warged into Drogon and is responsible for destroying King's Landing, and that's why we didn't see Dany's reaction because she was pleading Drogon to stop. Bran has been evil from the moment the Night King touched him. Another fan questioned that how come they did not show Dany's face while she murdered all of King's Landing? How about because Bran actually warged into Drogon and did it himself? Dude is evil. Another thing that has been bothering me, who rang the bells? Tyrion told Jaime to get Cersei to ring the bells, but Jaime didn't do that. Cersei didn't give the order to ring the bells, nor did Qyburn. The scared soldiers were all frozen in place. They weren't retreating. The townspeople were standing around or hiding. But Bran would have time to warg into, control someone to ring the bells, then warg into Drogon to start the attack. Some fans are theorizing that Bran Stark might be the character who winds up on the Iron Throne. It seems to be a pretty niche speculation right now, not quite in line with the idea that Bran might be evil. It relies heavily on the idea that Bran no longer wants anything as the three-eyed raven. The reason some people think he might gain the throne is because of a conversation between Tyrion and Varys. In Season 8 Episode 4, Varys says to Tyrion, have you considered the best ruler might be someone who doesn't want to rule? Before that, Tyrion had a conversation with Bran. Tyrion said to Bran, you're the only surviving true-born son of Ned Stark. After a moment of thought, Tyrion adds, you don't want it. Bran says, I don't really want any more. However, if Bran is as apathetic and detached from humanity as he might seem, he would make a terrible king. Sure, he'd be impartial, and have history at his fingertips, but he wouldn't be able to empathize. Theories might not matter after finale, but there would be many questions unanswered. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel for interesting Game of Thrones videos in future. See you soon.